Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Live in Sydney, brought to you by AC Pixels Photography, La Previa Radio, and La Estacion Studios. I'm your host, Chanelle Violette. I'm a professional dancer, and I'm also here to interview Nick Marcus, who's an amazing, talented young musician. How are you today, Nick?
Very good. How are you?
Good, not too bad. I've just got some questions for you. So just about your musical career and your personal life as well. When did your passion for becoming a musician start?
I'd definitely like to think that it started when I was 2 years old. My mum bought me a karaoke machine for my second birthday, and ever since then, I was always performing at family gatherings, birthdays, whatever. I was always annoying the neighbours with the karaoke, always until late at night. And I like to think that that's where the passion started, and through primary school, I was always playing keyboard, guitar, some form of musical instrument, and then just led from there, high school and beyond.
Oh, that's amazing. That's like sounds like a lot of work as well, like a lot of years of training and practice has gone into everything. Okay, so how would you describe your music style?
It's definitely a genre mix of slightly pop and slightly R&B. Um, I like to think of The Weeknd, Bruno Mars, and Ed Sheeran as the main artists that drove me to performing what I perform.
Yeah.
Um, just particularly like Ed Sheeran's story coming from just being a busker on the streets to where he is now, obviously performing sold out shows. That story drove me to wanting to become a musician, and I just love that story. That's why I do it. I love listening to The Weeknd at the moment. His latest album, slightly 80s music. I just love it. And the good thing about 80s music, it's kind of timeless. So I guess when I think about it, I want to make my music kind of timeless
Yeah.
to that audience. And I guess that's a really good start. 80s music, obviously, the synth bass lines, you just want to get up on your feet. And that's what I want to do with my music, get everyone up on their feet.
Definitely. And when I listened to your music, I really felt those influences coming
thank
through.
you.
Yeah, so it was amazing. I think, what you've done is really incredible.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell us about your EP, because I know that you've launched it and it's done pretty well on Spotify. So
Yeah, so I've got a couple of releases lined up as well. EP coming later in the year. So we've got one coming June the 5th. So the song's called Burning. Definitely a lot of Bruno Mars influence with where I wanted to go with it. I like to think of it as sort of off Uptown Funk.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, so
great.
I listened to that song. I was like, I want to make something like this, in 2020. So it's got a mouth bass in it, which I perform, which is really weird, experience for me. A lot of mouth body percussion in the song, which I haven't done in any release before. So I guess when I think about it, yeah, definitely Bruno Mars influence in the latest release.
When you say mouth body production, what exactly do you mean for the non-musos out there?
Yeah, so the producer came up to me and said, I want you to play a drumstick and a cup. And I was like, what do you want me to do with this? But it's basically a drum. It's a drum fill. So every time there's no drum beat, I play a cup in it. And if you listen really closely, you can hear a cup.
Yeah.
And unless I tell people, then they won't hear it. But I know where it is.
Yeah.
And it was just really weird, but really fun experience for me to play a lot. The mouth bass happened on first day of the studio session. He was like, just sing something really low, pretend you're a bass instrument. And then I did it, and then he was like, oh, that sounds really cool. And then, the song enveloped from there. It developed and then came to what it is, and then, yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Oh, that's awesome. The fluidity of all of the creative processes, and it gives you really unique, viewpoints and things to say, when you have little bits and pieces that come together and make a whole composition.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So I was wondering if you could perform something for us today.
Of course, yeah. This one's going to be called Stupid Few. It's the first release as Nick Marcus that I've released onto streaming services. So, yeah, Here we go.
I'm stupid, running around the bar hoping that Cupid shoots his arrow at my heart. And I'm thinking the same. Why though? Why my heart beating so out of line for? You shot your arrow at my heart, and now you're to blame. Thinking of the ways, of the ways, of the ways I can't be repaid. Thinking of the ways, of the ways, of the ways this love can't be tamed. Yeah. Now stupid for you. Why for you? What in the world did I do? I fell for you, I was stupid for you. Singing why to me, baby. Singing why to my girl. This girl, she got me so crazy. Got me thinking that she was my world. Am I your savior? I loved you, but it's really hard to tame you. You put me on a leash. Listen to the words you say. But oh, you're so cruel, running my life and making me your fool. But you know this had to end, so don't pretend you didn't have a clue. Thinking of the ways, of the ways, of the ways these games they can end. Thinking of the ways, of the ways, of the ways this love was pretend. Yeah. Now stupid for you. Why for you? What in the world did I do? I fell for you, I was stupid for you. Now stupid for you. Why for you? What in the world did I do? I fell for you, I was stupid for you. A million different ways to play this game that you've won. Manipulated me like I didn't even know it was done. It's gonna be all your fault that you ended up worse. You're acting like it's me who was loving you first. You're crying, you're crying, you're crying like it's me to blame. But I'm stupid for you. Why for you? What in the world did I do? I fell for you, I was stupid for you. Now stupid for you. Why for you? What in the world did I do? I fell for you, I was stupid for you.
Wow. Woo! That was amazing.
Thank you.
Great work. That was so good. I loved it.
Thank you so much.
I've got some more questions for you, and then we're going to hear some more of your work later on. But what I was just wondering as well, what has been your biggest achievement as a musician?
I think it'll be two things. I tried out a lot for TV shows, talent shows, Channel 7, Channel 9, all of those. I ended up landing a spot on, I don't know if you know of it, All Together Now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that was 2018 that aired. Very nervous, obviously, getting on that stage, performing in front of 100 judges, and like I knew a lot of them, and I was very nervous, and I think the nerves got the better of me.
Yeah.
And on the day, didn't perform obviously to the best that I could have.
Yeah.
And but it was kind of a learning experience. It was just very different to like what I've done before. Like performing like gigs and stuff was something like a different kind of nerves to what that was.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I feel like it was a really good experience, and probably the best thing I've done in my music career so far. It's definitely helped me with my nerves.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like a whole nother level as well, because you are kind of being critiqued, but it's really like it's amazing that you've had the courage to do that and go through that learning process and the journey. And it always makes you stronger every time you get out there and get on stage. And you can see it now with your work, like even what you're presenting tonight, just like, real confidence to what you've brought out today.
Thank you.
So also, which of your songs has an emotional meaning for you and why?
Definitely think the one I just performed, Stupid Few, was definitely the one that had the most emotional connection for me. Kind of before I released that one, I always used to put myself in positions like of a story when like I'd think of writing lyrics. I'd always put myself in that position of heartbreak, put that position of anger, like stress when I was writing music.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't really be me.
Yeah.
Definitely for Stupid Few, I feel like it was the first time I actually had an experience of anger
Yeah.
or like heartbreak or whatever, and actually experienced that, wrote lyrics about my personal experience and then put it out there. So it was extremely nerve-wracking putting it out there and seeing what people thought of it. But it's definitely the lyrics that have the most personal meaning to me because I actually went through that. So like other songs that I've released, maybe I've put myself in that position and it's a song that I've written, but it wasn't me in the song. That makes sense. So definitely the one that had the most emotional connection for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Like it's also as well like really authentic. Like, you know, it has like a deeper meaning because it's from your own lived experience. And I think it really comes across. But that's super inspiring. So what inspires you to write your own music?
I've always wanted to, ever since I was maybe 14, 15, I was always writing music maybe on the train. Like when I was in uni, I was always writing music. I always write music to pass the time, like I always write lyrics to pass the time. And I always write the chords on the guitar first, if that makes sense. So I'm always maybe voice memoing as well. So like I'm always voice memoing maybe a melodic idea that I've thought of, or just playing the guitar and then just humming. And that'll always be the starting point for like my music. And then, the train is definitely a very good place for like me to like sit down, express my feelings and it could even be like a song that I've heard and it's just a word in that song that I'm like, oh, I'm going to expand on that word and make a song.
That's great.
So,
And that it's also just being comfortable around everybody and vibing, you know, just out in, you know, in the street, on the train. Like
exactly, yeah.
Have you done a bit of busking as well?
I was busking back in my area in Cronulla.
Yeah.
I was busking in Cronulla for a bit, but I was doing weekly gigs as well. And that was definitely getting my experience up, getting my gig list. So all the songs that I do, and then I'd change up the songs if I felt like it wasn't the right venue for me to be singing those songs. Yeah. Yeah, so it's all a learning experience. So going back to the show that I was on, it's all a learning experience, and like I feel like I've bettered myself from going on a show like that.
Yeah, definitely. It would have been a really good experience. So I have to ask if you can perform another song for us.
Yes.
I'd love to hear more work.
So this is a bit of a slow one. It's called Can We?
Can we just think for a second just to catch our breath and reel it in, babe? Slow days, summer haze, but it just feels like a puzzle piece is missing. Don't ever think it's you, it's just the time. Don't ever think that you just cross a line. But can we go back? Memories that we've had, oh they're fleeting, baby. Could we remember this? Could we just take the time to reminisce? 'Cause the sun comes up and you had to go. So darling, can we take things slow? Hey girl, what's your name? Can you conversate with me and tell me what's your aim, babe? Where's your town? Where'd you grow up? Do Do you have to stay there smiling, baby? You're the one. Don't ever think it's you, it's just a time. Don't ever think that you just cross a line. But can we go back? Memories that we've had, oh they're fleeting, oh they're fleeting, baby. Could we remember this? Could we just take the time to reminisce? Cause the sun comes up and you had to go. So darling, can we take things slow? But oh, we had to grow up, full-time jobs, oh, you know they made us. But can we go back and make things last? When we had the time to sit down and make up. Could we remember this? Could we just take the time to reminisce? Cause the sun comes up and you had to go. So darling, can we take things slow? No, darling, can we take things slow? No.
Wow, so good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was amazing. Okay, so how do you spend your time during the coronavirus?
Yes. Obviously didn't expect to have this much free time as I did before the coronavirus hit. So I was doing uni, obviously going there 3 times a week, and then obviously the commute home would be another hour. But now I'm obviously doing that all online.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm in my room 24/7. So you kind of have to spin it and then make it a positive. Like, it's obviously not the ideal situation, like doing uni at home, trying to be a musician from home and not having gigs as well, which is a big source of income. But honestly, just spending my time like writing more music and trying to be more creative during the time, so that when coronavirus leaves, then I'll have a lot more of a repertoire to like perform in my gigs. So that's like the aim for me.
Definitely make the most of the downtime. Okay, so what is your favorite color? Random question.
Yeah. It's not a color; it's a shade. But I feel like I always wear black.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go with black.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a very easy color to wear around.
Yeah, it's sophisticated color. Okay, so and what sound or noise do you love?
Going back to the cup question, when I talked about using a cup in my song, I like the way that it has like a tribal feel. I don't know, it's weird to me to use like unnatural sounds like that, but like obviously using the mouth bass, using like the cup and the drumstick, and like I was using stomping just for the beat for the new song, this new song release. So I don't know, I just like the sound that the cup made.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, in the song, it creates a different element that you don't get in much other songs.
It's crazy when you can play around with stuff like that. Like, like I've heard other performers use like the traffic lights of Sydney and, you know, other things
I've
like.
seen that, yeah.
Yeah. And then, just putting everything together and making use of what you have around you to create art is really incredible.
Yeah.
So I've come to our last question for this evening. What is your favorite curse word?
Honestly, I don't really have one, and I don't swear as often when I'm even making music. I don't swear in my music. I feel like I don't need to, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Fair enough.
So I don't think I really have one.
That's good.
I feel like I don't need to use it in my music. So
that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. All right, cool. So you've got one more song to perform
Yes.
for that. Is that for us? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes,
Take
this
it
one's
away.
called Is It Really Possible? It is a song that I released when I was 16 onto streaming services. A love the way it sounds. So yeah, can't wait to perform it.
First time that I saw you, you were walking down my street. Our eyes both met, you smiled at me. My heart just skipped a beat. Second time that I saw you, you were looking mighty fine. And at that very moment, I just had to make you mine, make you mine, make you mine. Third time that I saw you, you were kissing another guy. My heart was ripped to pieces and I just wanted to die. Fourth time that I saw you, you looked the other way. No matter how much you hurt me, you know I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna stay. Is it really possible to be in love with you? Is it really possible to be in love with you? Is it really possible to be in love with you when I don't even know your name? Hey baby girl, what you doing to me? Feel like you're driving me crazy. I never felt so in love before. Won't you please be my baby? Is it really possible to be in love with you? Is it really possible to be in love with you? Is it really possible to be in love with you when I don't even know your name?
Woo!
Thank you.
Very good.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Nick
having me.
Marcus, everybody. Thanks for coming and being a part of Live in Sydney.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries, anytime. And thank you, everybody, for watching and tuning in to another episode of Live in Sydney. And another shout out to the people that have made this happen, La Estacion Studios, AC Pixels Photography, and La Previa Radio. Okay, Nick, and also I just wanted to ask, how do we find you on social media?
Yes, so all streaming services and social media platforms under Nick Marcus. So you'll be able to find me there.
Oh, great. Awesome. Okay. So everyone, that's Nick Marcus on all social media. And that comes to the end of our show for another episode of Live in Sydney. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to have another episode next week. We'll see you then.